This the NCB. I got a freak elite like Pablo P. 980 and Dio folders where the Charlotte Leaks. 252 for the Greenville. Hat on blue for the Tar Heels. I can edge them on this paradox like crack foes, like the locks. We knock bolts and the notch. Now I know when he talks how I can't even announce my parents' script and reach the dot. Cause when this ball point to close, my mental travel hellish spots like astro projection. Cannot conjoint the two of us if there is no connection. But you can close section. The NCB, the NCB. The NCB, the NCB, whoa, whoa.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I love you, Mr. Jackson, for real, I do.
I almost got away. If it wasn't for that goddamn Gerald Jackson and the NCB mob, I almost got away. Got to be more careful.
Yep, that's right. You have to be more careful when you come around here to these NCB streets. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on tonight. I tell you one thing, God is good all the time. All the time, the Lord is good. The devil thought he had me, but oh God, I feel glory up in here. Yes, Bishop T.D. Jakes is suing Larry live. Larisha, Reid, Larisha, Larry, Larisha. What you gonna do? Is you gonna get on your knees and crawl back to Bishop Jordan and say, Daddy, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need you a little bit of money. You gonna call them and get that is you gonna call Bishop Benoit Jordan and see if he can donate all that psychic line money that they over there making off that phone line? Call in for a word. I wouldn't dare call into that line to get a word from. I go right to my Bible and get a word. Everything I need is right in his word. Ain't no reason for us to be picking up the phone and calling you seesaws and you psychics and you witches and you warlocks and you demons and devils. Y'all might be them drones flying in the sky. What kind of witch? Larry Reid, how you gonna pay for this, girl? We the people want to know how you gonna pay for this. You was down here in Fayetteville being a pastor. Then you ran from there when people started figuring out that you was messing around with Levante Andrews, because that's what he said. He went to Tasha K and he told Tasha K that you molested him when he was 15 years old, Larry Reid. And you got the nerve to try to bring somebody on your raggedy ass, snotty nose platform to try to say that Bishop Jake snatched somebody from the corner of a wall on their way out. I know. Then in the paperwork, they said that Larry Reid and Dwayne conspired to send a $6 million demand letter to Bishop Jakes. So you trying to shake down the bishop? The bishop that had a near-death experience right on the sanctuary and on the pulpit of the Potter's House North, and you got the nerve to try to come on live last night to try to tell me how to report my story. Like I said, and I'll say it again, Leandrea Johnson, put the bottle down, Hulk. Put it down. And pick up Jesus, because you know alcohol is not better than God. Ooh, you know alcohol ain't better than Jesus, girl. It's good. It's good. But it can't go round for round, pound for pound for the Lord. So he gonna have the nerve to get up online and try to do a video last night like he's so concerned about this drunk. You ain't concerned about that drunk, because if you was concerned about that drunk, you hoes would be tapping in, calling her every day, trying to make sure that she's doing good. Because you heard what she said. She said that this is a daily thing for her. So why y'all hoes ain't calling her on the daily? Why you hoes want to pick up the? I bet you $100 that Leandrea Johnson ain't never received as many phone calls from the people that claim they love her as much as she did when I broke that story that she was in jail. But you come online trying to talk about how somebody should report the fucking news, whole pussy ass nigga. And the person you talking about ain't got no lawsuits, bitch. I ain't never been sued for slander, defamation, or lying on nobody. Because when I put it up, you better know it's the truth to it. I don't care what you hoes say in the comments. Oh, that's until I get confirmation from where I got the information from. But you, Larry, ain't this your second time? How many lawsuits you done got filed against you? You can't even say E. Dewey Smith's name, can you? Trying to shake Bishop Jakes down, but now you about to get shaken down, and he about to shake you down through a legal way. All them videos you deleted, them text messages you and Peacock and them over there was delete and hide and pull them out, bitch. Because Bishop T.D said he want all the records. All the records for you personally. Because this is how he gonna find out who conspired to put that punk that got all these child sex offenses, convictions, and charges against him that's on the sex offender registry list. Jakes want to know how many of you hoes was over there in that rented mansion that he rented from Bernard Jordan. How many of you hoes was over there late at night with all them lights on in the motherfucking neighborhood, waking everybody else up? How many of y'all was up conspiring against the bishop? But everybody want to be mad at the blogs for just reporting the news. But this nigga is out here actually slandering the bishop. He ain't vetting nobody. He want money. And now Bishop Jakes finna give you a run for your money. I'm so sick of these people. Sat up there and talked about jives like a dog, but now you done got hit with a lawsuit. So we expect to see you, back on live a little bit more, or is you gonna be digging for all them records that the bishop done requested for your sick ass? Because we remember what Lester Peltier said. He said he found pills in your room with the H's and the I's and for the motherfucking V's. Yeah. Can't stand these pedophiles. They get on my damn nerves. Ain't got no T on me. This whole thing, she TMZ. Even that whole line thought she was TMZ. You bitches ain't got none on the baddest blog of us some mugshots, bitch. That's all you got, bitches. Some mugshots, you lay ho. We rocking them shirts now, bitch. You late. But let me tell y'all. So shout out to everybody that's tuned in on tonight. Let me put my chat up here. Shout out to my beat mob. I love y'all so much. Shout out to my beat mob. Y'all always coming through. Y'all put up with me. One day I'm gonna come up on here and ain't gonna cuss. But I just feel like you got to cuss because these people don't understand it when you talk nice. You understand what I'm saying? When you say go on now, leave me alone, they don't understand that. But when you say get the muck out my muck, they understand all that. Okay. Now, I don't know if Jake's ever cussed out loud, baby. But I know he cussing now. He calling Larry Reid all kinds of punks and sissies and everything. Dick suckers and everything. Because y'all know Larry Reid like to suck dick. Because he told Tasha K that. He said, have you ever let him age you? We know you have. You ain't never got no women over there hanging around you. Get you some girls to hang around. Why you hang around all them boys all the time, Larisha? Huh? Why'd you hanging out with all them boys all the time? Hang out with some girls a little bit. It don't mean you're gay. It mean you're getting puss. Okay? I just don't understand niggas that hang out with a bunch of niggas all the time. You don't never see no female cats, and I'm talking about a real cat. You don't never see female cats all hooded up and running around with the other female cats. You don't see the male cats all hood, and I'm talking about real cats outside. You don't see the cats outside, hanging around the male cat. You see them outside sniffing, trying to find some cat. But y'all love hanging. Listen, do what you do. Do what you do. But you don't never see no motherfuckers cut. You don't never see a pack of cats. Oh, God. My Lord. Shout out. Okay, so we 11 minutes. Okay, shout out to everybody. What y'all watching from on tonight before I get into the story? I'm trying to give y'all, that's just the introduction. I'm trying to give y'all a little bit of time to come on in here. Make sure you share the live tonight. I'm going to need y'all to work y'all hands on tonight. Okay, all you got to do is share the live. Listen, make sure you get your dollars in on tonight. If you don't have a dollar, just share the live, all right? We understand people got Christmas gifts to still get. We got 34 shares on Facebook. We need about 100 because we got to send this word across the airways for Bishop Jakes, okay? Now, I'm just so glad that I won one of them ones, all right, that was out here lying on the bishop. All I did was just report what was reported in the public. And see, you can do that. But you bloggers and you want to be journalists, want to take shots at real I'm a real journalist, bitch. I work for myself, just like them journalists that you see on TV working for these mainstream outlets. Okay, they were once I work for myself, but I ain't never seen a journalist get sued so many times. And how the world you take a story? See, when you take a story against somebody like Bishop Jakes, Larry Reid, Larisha, now let me help you out because you ain't no journalist. You illegitimate as fuck. All you do is hop around and people inboxes trying to get stories on people and try to call people to get some money. You'll get better money if you just run the story, bitch. You got to be smart with this shit. You can't be calling people talking about, oh, give me $6 million or I'm going to put your bald-headed ass up on the line and we're going to ask anybody else, have they ever been swallowed up? So at the end of the day, why would you bring this man up on your platform to make all of these lies against Bishop Jakes, knowing y'all ain't got no proof? You ain't got no camera in the dining room, wherever he said he was walking out of the dining room from, and Jakes just all of a sudden grabbed him and y'all shut up. Jakes ain't did that. See, some shit, when I do a lot of intake calls, I just can just hear when a person is lying. Larry, why would you take a story about this man coming out to Jakes? Is you still mad because Jakes didn't go to Carlton Pearson's funeral? What is you mad about? We still wait on you to tell us where is the lawsuit that Manasseh Wet Booty Jordan has supposed to been filing against Jakes. How did Jakes beat you suing you? Y'all ain't sued Jakes yet. Jakes done got up out of that hospital bed and done called his lawyer, a black one at that, and they on your bald head. Ooh, the track is skipping. You bald-headed ass. Oh, there it go. I just cleaned it off a little bit. You bald-headed ass nigga. Larry. It ain't no sense how I roast these punks down to the ground. Look at this punk. Look at this punk sitting up here. Look at her. Just sitting up there on face. I want everybody to see, oh, she know everybody. Girl, we don't give a damn if you knew the devil because we know you know him. But you don't know the Lord because you left Jesus to practice witchcraft. Didn't your boyfriend, your first husband, tell us that you had him in houses down there in Miami or somewhere down there, that he was supposed to be your chef and that you hooked him up with your with your stud cousin or somebody. I mean, somebody that Shamarko was married to or somebody, child. You know, we can't keep up with they real women or studs over there, boy. We don't know what the hell y'all got over there. But what we do know is Jakes has subpoenaed those records. And I'm going to pull the records up since you think I'm lying. But, you know, didn't your boyfriend say you was down there trying to put some black sand on Bishop Lamar Whitehead? Left Fayetteville, ran Raleigh, did what you did to Leandrea Andrews, the gay test, made him get naked. Then your own friend, your ex-friend, Vincent, came up here and said that Leandrea Andrews was not lying because you tried to get him to do the same thing. You wanted them to walk around that room butt booty ass naked. You a nasty ass creep. That's what you a freaky ass nigga. That's what you is, Larry. A freaky ass fraud that done got sued by Bishop Jakes for lying. You mean to tell me you done brought a man up here on your show, said he went from the abused to the abuser, and trying to say Jakes is the reason that you touched them kids? No, nigga, you the reason you touched them kids. Jakes ain't got nothing to do with you, with your mannish ass. He ain't got nothing to do with you whispering in them children's ear and touching them kids. Ain't nobody got nothing to do with but you, Dwayne Youngblood, you nasty creep, you fake pastor. Y'all hoes just killed me with this pastor. I'm a pastor. I'm a man of God. So listen, this is Dwayne Youngblood, who was on Larisha live show. And if you don't know who Larisha is, here she go right here. Dwayne was on her show. Larry did a series of videos, did one interview with this man, trying to get this man, well, had this man come up here and lie on Bishop Jakes. You gave this man a platform to tell a bold-faced lie on Bishop Jakes. You knew Bishop Jakes did not do this. You had no evidence that Bishop Jakes did this. Now, I'm not saying that Bishop Jakes is not capable of doing nothing, because he is. Okay? Everybody is all capable of breaking the law and snatching people and kissing them on the lips and by the head. Everybody. And sometimes it be the urge of people. But at the end of the day, you had no proof this time that Bishop Jakes did this. And this makes the second time that y'all done came out and lied on this man. This is the second time. All of the hate from Bishop Jakes has been coming from Larry Reid live. Okay? He's the one, when the TikTok stuff doing it down, he tried to keep it going. Okay? He tried to keep coming online, trying to tell people how many more people came to him. And instead of them going to the police and allowing an investigation to go forth, Larry insisted that he would rather connect them with Bishop Jakes, with their accusers. And now with Bishop Jakes filing this expedited discovery motion and filing these two subpoenas, one for Larry Reid himself and one for his business, it kind of gives me insight on why Larry would connect these so-called victims with the alleged accuser Jakes. You know why? Because they wanted to get money, and they using this fraud ass and what is this lawyer name? Oh God, it's in here. It's in the lawsuit. Blackburn is his last name, but Blackburn is a known uh uh clout chase, social media content clout chasing attorney. Okay, if he sees something viral, he gonna jump on it. That's what lawyers do. You have some with integrity that have morals and values, and you have some that's about filthy lucre. The Bible talks about it. Larry Reid is one of the ones who is about filthy lucre. He could not make as much money in the church, okay, preaching, than he could on the private line trying to shake down one of the most prominent black preachers in the world. And Jakes is not no small preacher. Okay. When you compare Bishop Jakes to Creflo Dollar and all of these other black preachers, Bishop Jakes' name is more popular than those names. Creflo Dollar, Jamal Bryant, and I love Jamal Bryant. But at the end of the day, this is a bishop that even the judges respect. Okay? And you brought a man on your platform and you did not vet him. You did not ask him to tell you this story 3-4 times, because that's what I do when somebody make allegations. All right, I'll call you back in a few days or a couple of weeks. Now tell me that story again that you said. Okay. Because I got to make sure that it makes sense and there's some proof. Stop being so quick to put a story out and get the facts. Because when you wait and you get the facts, your article is going to have more information than the one of the person that put it out there. But no, you want to be Miss Larisha, untouchable. Call the feds, put the police on Lamar Whitehead, put some black sand on him, witchcraft on him, according to your boyfriend, Lester Peltier. Now you up here just letting anybody come on your platform to slander and defame someone that y'all know don't have no proof of. No. And Bishop Jakes is asking for every communication, every text message, every single thing that y'all communicated about, sent to someone, received from, as it relates to putting this story out. He on your ass. So Jabba the Hutt, okay, that punk conscious that sit over there, okay, with the half curtain shade across her motherfucking his face, okay, that stay up there in Richland County. All y'all hoes, So if y'all been testing anything about conspiring, hey, put this up. Hey, edit this today for Bishop. That's all. That all goes into conspiring to put out a lie about the bishop. Hey, I need you to cut this up. Hey, I need you to send this email. Hey, when Jace asks you, did you lie on me? I have. That's what you're going to say. I have, Jace. I have. Bishop Jace, please don't settle with this nigga. Take him through the ringer. Take him through the mud. Put him in the washing machine, Bishop Jakes. Put him in the dryer. Put the heat on high. Now, we ain't forgot what y'all done did about Michelle and her baby. That's probably why these people lying on you and coming out here, Jakes, with these stories and stuff on you, lying like that just to slander your name. Although it ain't true, it's just to put it out there so people never forget that your name was caught up in some scandalous stuff. Don't forget what y'all did to Michelle Loud. Okay? Everybody catching strays. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm on the people's side. I'm the people's journalist. Remember that. All right. So look, y'all. So yesterday, okay, Bishop Jakes filed motions, okay, against this case that he has against Dwayne Youngblood. Go to YouTube. I don't know if Larry still have the video up. He may have taken it down. He's under pressure. He's scared right now, because things are no longer going to be normal for him. It's not going to be getting up and being able to just, post stuff and get content. It's going to be getting up every day, getting these records that this bishop has requested, and all of y'all conspiring. And if you deleted anything, you're going to have to recover it, or you can be held in contempt. So it's so much stuff that can happen to you. And I think Larry has really met his match when it comes to this. He don't have money like Bishop Jakes do. You ain't gotten Jakes is probably a billionaire, okay? But at the end of the day, Jakes filed a motion. I'm gonna pull the motion up because we're gonna read the motion. We're gonna read. Some of y'all ain't read. Okay. We're gonna pull this up. And then we're going to pull up the subpoenas, okay? Now, I'm going to let Jake's lawyers tell the story, okay? And I'm just going to, I'm just going to read it for y'all. Okay, let me pull it up for y'all. Give me one moment here. All right. Can y'all see that? Here, let me switch it over here. And I'm going to put myself. All right. If I'm going to put myself down here. Okay, can y'all see this? B-Mob, make sure y'all share the live if you're on Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you thumbs up. Shout out to everybody. Moderators, kick the scammers out the comments. Hello, Fighting Crime News and Who's Wanted. I don't know what's up with these. Yeah, he about to learn now. See, when I come to stories with stuff, I be coming up here with facts. Okay, you ain't gonna catch me slipping, baby. All right. Put these glasses on real quick. I can read this. All right, can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Let me know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see? If you can see, press 1. Okay, let's see. Put these reading glasses on. Okay. Let me put my monitor on real quick to see if I can see. Shout out to y'all tonight that's tuned in. YouTube, make sure you thumbs up the video. Don't be no haters tonight. Make sure you thumbs up the videos. Don't be no haters on tonight. Okay, hold on, y'all. My. Oh, God. Okay. All right, y'all ready? Now, do y'all see this? Now, it says John Doe 1 through 10. All right. Okay. All right. So y'all see it. It says Thomas Dexter Jakes versus Dwayne Youngblood, John Doe 1 through 10. Plaintiff's brief in support of a motion for expedited discovery. Okay. Y'all got that? Okay. It says plaintiff Thomas Dexter Jakes, herein after plaintiff or Bishop Jakes, by and through his undersigned counsel, filed this brief in support of plaintiff's motion for expedited discovery that is limited to 2 third-party subpoenas seeking solely documents: A subpoena to be served on an individual that commands production of documents over a narrow time frame, and B, related, a subpoena to be served aforesaid individual's business that also commands production of documents over a narrow time frame. So what that is saying is that the lawyer is subpoenaing, subpoenaing Larry Reid and Larry Reid live documents as it relates to conversations with Dwayne Youngblood, and that's going to help them uncover who the rest of these John Does are in this lawsuit. Plaintiff anticipate, so if you ain't been messaging, Larry and them about Dwayne and, trying to help further and bolster this lie, then you ain't got to worry about it. Plaintiff anticipates that these 2 third-party subpoenas will substantially reveal the identities of John Does in this case and thus enable this litigation to proceed more expeditiously and efficiently. So they about to use Larry's own evidence, your own stuff, the stuff that y'all came up with, the people that helped you gather this stuff about Dwayne and helping him bolster this lie about Jakes. They using y'all own evidence against y'all. Mm, 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 mm. Relevant factual and procedural background. Let's get it. On November 25th, 2024, plaintiff filed a complaint in this matter alleging that Dwayne Youngblood was liable for libel per se, and all defendants, including John Does 1 through 10, were liable for civil conspiracy to commit libel per se. Prior to instituting this proceeding on November 22nd, 2024, counsel for plaintiff contacted the attorney Tyrone Blackburn, that's his first name, Tyrone, that delivered a letter labeled as appearance label, preservation notice, and offer of settlement, indicating that he represented Mr. Youngblood by telephone and left a voicemail to return the call. That call was never returned. Once the complaint was filed by email dated November 25th, counsel contacted attorney Blackburn to inquire whether he would accept service on behalf of his client. And watch this. Watch this now. Look how dirty this lawyer is. You gonna send a demand letter to Bishop Jakes for Dwayne, but you don't even want to be served with the lawsuit for the dude. Oh, he better go serve it on Dwayne himself. Accordingly, excuse me, I'm sorry. In response, we were unceremoniously told to proverbially £send and to serve Mr. Youngblood. By December 4th, 2024, efforts to serve Mr. Youngblood had been unsuccessful. Accordingly, in an email exchange dated December 4th, 2024, with attorney Blackburn, we inquired as to whether Mr. Blackburn had changed his position regarding waiver of service. So they're now asking him, hey, do you still want us to serve Dwayne, or do you want us to serve you on behalf of your client? In response, once again, attorney Blackburn refused to waive service, insisting that plaintiff serve Mr. Youngblood. Attorney Blackburn never stated whether he represented Mr. Youngblood for the purposes of this lawsuit. Subsequently, plaintiff was able to effectuate service on defendant Youngblood, and on December 9th, 2024, the clerk of the court noted that the summons had been returned executed by the plaintiff and that the defendant Youngblood was served late in the evening on December the 4th, 2024, meaning that Bishop Jakes would successfully serve defendant Youngblood, Dwayne Youngblood, this lawsuit, meaning that now the courts has jurisdiction over Dwayne Youngblood. Okay, so you can't run now because you've been served and you have a lawsuit and you are by law required to take care of it. All right. So Defendant Youngblood's answer is due on December 26, 2024. At this point, no attorney has filed a notice of appearance on behalf of defendant Youngblood. So as of right now, he has no attorney and he will be moving pro se. And Mr. Youngblood explicitly rejected an offer to accept more time to respond to the complaint. Plaintiff submit, so they even being graceful with him. They even say, hey, we know you don't have a lawyer, and we'll give you more time, we'll give you more time to answer, but he rejected it. Plaintiff submits that based on the exchanges with Attorney Blackburn in the absence of any notice of appearance in this litigation on behalf of defendant Youngblood, reasonably speaking, we do not have opposing counsel with whom we can confer on the subject of this motion, and we do not anticipate defendant Youngblood to provide information at this juncture that will resolve the subject of this motion. Given the criminal background of defendant Youngblood and on information and belief and prior background of his co-conspirators, we submit that there is a very real danger that the information plaintiff seeks to identify John Doe's and provide a proper factual articulation in an amended complaint will not be preserved long enough to be available through the normal discovery process. So what they're saying is that Larry and them may be trying to get rid of this evidence so fast that Jake's and them need to go ahead and get the courts to get this evidence or to get Larry and them to turn over this evidence before they get rid of it. Because going through the normal process, they will have enough time to get rid of it. So now what Bishop Jakes is trying to do, he is trying to stop Larry Reid and Larry Reid Live in his tracks from getting rid of anything that they had as far as communications, letters, emails, recordings, phone calls, anything that's related to this case or these accusations rather that Dwayne leveled against Bishop Jakes. Okay, so they're trying to go ahead and get all this stuff. Okay, now here plaintiff asserts a prima facie claim for conspiracy to commit defamation. Plaintiff alleges that defendant Youngblood acted with others. Now here it goes where Larry come in at. It says plaintiff alleges that defendant Youngblood acted with others to publish and broadcast the false claim that Bishop Jakes groomed him and sexually assaulted Youngblood on a podcast reaching over, and it's shocking to me, reaching over 100,000 persons, knowing that, and I think these are just mainly AI bots. These people really don't be watching these people like that, okay? These just AI bots, reaching over 100,000 persons, knowing that making such false claims on a podcast that reaches such a broad audience of listeners would harm Bishop Jakes. To wit, a person believed to be acting in concert with defendant Youngblood, that is, the podcaster identified in the complaint as co-conspirator number one, falsely claimed in sum and substance that Bishop Jakes had engaged in settlement discussions with Youngblood regarding his claim. So here it is that Jakes them is saying Larry even lied when he got online and said that Bishop Jakes was sitting down with Dwayne to try to settle. Because when you talk about settling with somebody when they've accused you of something, it's hard to say you ain't doing that because you settling, right? So Larry put on this lie that Jakes was in settlement conversation with Dwayne, meaning that everybody would think, oh, this must be real. Jakes want to pay him off, but it was all a lie. It was all a lie. Okay. It says, okay, blah, 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 false claims, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that Jakes had engaged in settlement discussions with Youngblood regarding his claims, thereby trying to give patina of veracity to defendant Youngblood's accusations. No such settlement discussions ever took place, period. The first podcast occurred on October 28, 2024. In an effort to maximize their efforts, they launched a second broadcast on November 3rd, 2024, where they attempted to more clearly target the false claim of sexual assault against Bishop Jakes by in sum and substance stating that Bishop Jakes restrained defendant Youngblood. This is Youngblood. Okay. Stating that Bishop Jakes restrained defendant Youngblood and forcibly kissed him. Now look at this man. Do y'all think Bishop Jakes restrained this man and forcibly kissed him? Now, if he did restrain you, it's probably because you should have been back in the bite, with a highly medicated at, and you was up there doing some crazy stuff. But I don't believe this bishop kissed you. Okay. Now we do know he like ugly people. Cause look at Sarita. Oops, I'm sorry, but he ain't kiss you, sir. As opposed to the first podcast, where defendant Youngblood alleges that they embraced at the end of an hour's long, wide-ranging conversation about faith and life and parents. Plaintiff Jakes alleges that the primary motivation for these acts is money. The defendants demanded $6 million, or in effect, the podcast, 2 of which had already been produced, would continue. They trying to shake Bishop Jakes down. They are saying, pay us now or we will continue these videos about you restraining this man and forcibly kissing him. Okay? Now, I believe Jakes may have been at a Diddy party. I believe that, but I don't believe he did this to this man. And yet a third podcast that aired mere hours after the complaint in this action was filed on November 25th, 2024. The podcaster admitted that he has seen at least some portion of the $6 million extortion letter sent to Bishop Jakes, and further admitted that he knew about the letter. It says, dated November 25th, the title Larry Reid Live, Bishop T.D. Jakes goes after Dwayne Youngblood, but he had every right to. Okay. Moreover, the podcaster states that he knew the letter was being emailed to Bishop Jakes. Came out and told on yourself, Larry, you stupid ass nigga. And another podcast, the podcaster concedes that he often pays interviewees on his show, and that to the extent they realize financial compensation for their grievances. But did you not pay William McRae some money? Because he was out here begging to go home for criminal. The podcasts are expected to be compensated. Moreover, in the earlier November 3rd, 2024 podcast, the podcaster Larry Reid Live, okay, the podcast admits that he has knowledge of monies that might be paid to defendant Youngblood as a result of his interviews. More particularly, during the November 3rd podcast, Youngblood is asked by a guest whether, quote, anyone has reached out to him to pay him off, end quote. The podcaster interposes his own answer to the question by stating in sum and substance that he can answer, quote, that question for sure, end quote, responding in a positive way. On 11/3, 2024, part 2, Larry Reid interviews Dwayne Youngblood. The abused becomes the abuser. And the reason why Larry was so comfortable with being up here with this convicted pedophile is because let's not forget what he did to Leandrea Andrews. Never forget. At this point, plaintiff submits that we have a reasonable basis to believe, A, the podcaster has knowledge of defendant Youngblood's plan to obtain money by making false statements against the plaintiff, including and Larry and them should be charged with some criminal charges too, including knowledge about the $6 million extortion letter sent to plaintiff, and B, some financial compensation was provided to the defendant Youngblood by the podcaster to participate in the podcast interviews where the false statements were launched. So not only is Larry stupid, but he's stupid. You paid this man to get up online to make some false statements about Bishop Jakes? Sir, you done lost your mind. You have lost your mind. So you knew the man was trying to extort the bishop. You knew he didn't have no real tea and no real story and no real information. And you even paid him? So he didn't even do the interview for free. That just goes to show that you conspired. You went as even far as to pay him to get online to make these claims against Bishop Jakes. Further on information, believe plaintiff submits that there was a plan between and among defendant Youngblood and his co-conspirators, including the podcaster, to share in the anticipated extortion payment once made. Oops. So if they helped force Jakes to his bank to cut a check for $6 million, Larry Reid was going to get a cut of it? Because here, Larry, you helped me put this lie out here. You helped me get it. That's sad. Boy, they got you. The November 25th, 2024 podcast, alone by the podcaster's own admission on the live show, attracted 5,607 viewers to the YouTube show. At the end of the show, the podcaster requested that those 5,607 persons make a donation to his show if they, quote, enjoyed the update. So not only that, but Larry was trying to make money from for his own personal gain from Bishop Jakes by asking this struggling ministry of 5,607 people to come and give a donation. A banner appeared on the screen advertising that such, quote, donations, end quote, could be made through a wide number of mechanisms, including PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. So all the money you made on Jakes, you're going to have to pay up from PayPal, pay up from Venmo, pay up from Zelle. The identity of John Doe's is essential to officially advancing this matter. Without requested early discovery described herein, plaintiff submits that he will be a, quote, unreasonably delayed in amending the complaint to include other culpable parties. B, risk irritative conferences with the court once those parties are later added during traditional formal discovery, and C, suffers the burden, along with other litigants, of potentially avoiding disjointed motions initially challenging the complaint, which in turn will likely disrupt the orderly flow of the case management plan in this case. Here, the plaintiff knows the identity of the podcaster. However, Bishop Jakes requires expedited discovery to further develop the factual matter to properly and appropriately support naming the podcaster and the podcast company as named defendants in this case in accordance with federal rules of civil procedure. Plaintiff anticipates that the requested information in connection with these two subpoenas will also reveal the identity of other John Does whom will also be named as a result of the expedited discovery. Statement of questions involved in consideration of the administration of justice and the possible prejudice or hardship to the defendant. Does good cause exist justifying the expedited discovery by the plaintiff? Jakes and his lawyers say yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So anyways, this is just giving some case law about them basically just arguing how Larry's a co-conspirator. Okay, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Okay. Well, let me stop right here. You know, all of that stuff. Now, this right here seems like that they're asking questions. The requests under the anticipated subpoenas are narrowly tailored. First, in terms of the Rule 45 subpoena directed to the podcaster, the requester can be grouped analytically in the following manner. Requests 1 through 3 intended to establish actual identification, which is critical for properly. Okay, so that looks like they need his ID. They just need to make sure he is who he say he is. For 5, probative of the relationship interaction between the putative defendant and defendant Blackburn over an approximate 3 months. So they're trying to go back as far as communications 3-month time frame, encompassing a period slightly before the first podcast and then the period during the two. So they're saying, hey, we know you planned this shit. We want to see what you guys talked about. What gave you the okay, Larry? What did you believe? What did you see, Larry, from your own eyes that made you go with this story? Request 6 to 8 information that will likely elaborate upon statements already made by the podcaster, including his knowledge about the November 15th extortion letter and his interaction with attorney Blackburn prior to the letter being sent on plaintiff. Request 9, data material, blah, blah, blah. So they're just requesting a lot of stuff that they need in order for them to be able to name the other John Does in this lawsuit, right? It's kind of like, hey, who helped you? Who did y'all talk to? Who y'all playing with to carry out this? Okay, now let me show y'all this other. Now let me show y'all the subpoenas. Okay, let me show y'all the subpoenas. Okay. Okay. Now, this right here is the subpoena. Okay. As you can see, it says United States District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania, Thomas Dexter Jakes, plaintiff versus Dwayne Youngblood, John Doe's 1 through 10. Subpoena to produce documents, information, or objects, or to permit inspection of premises in a civil action. And then it has Larry Reid named there. Okay. It has check. You are commanded to produce at the time, date, and place set forth below the following documents, electronically store information or objects, and to permit inspection, copying, testing, or sampling of the material. Okay. And they sent this to him on Tuesday. Okay. The attorney for Bishop Jakes. And then here it kind of give the requested documents, which is what I told you. Documents sufficient to identify your true legal name. Documents sufficient to identify your current permanent address and telephone number. Documents sufficient to identify your email address. All documents and communications referring or related to Dwayne Youngblood from August 1st, 2024 until and through November 25th, 2024 in your possession, custody, and or control. All documents and communications referring or relating to the transfer of any monies to Youngblood. Wow. From Jakes is not playing no games from August 1st, 2024 until and through November 25th, 2024. All documents, communications with attorney Tyrone Anthony Blackburn, Esquire, including but not limited to, quote, settlement discussions, end quote, referred to you by in the October 28, 2024 Larry Reid Live episode titled Larry Reid Live Interviews Dwayne Youngblood, The Abused Become the Abuser. And then they put the link. All documents and communications with attorney Tyrone Anthony Blackburn, Esquire, referring and or relating to attorney Blackburn's letter addressed to Bishop Thomas Dexter Jakes, dated November 15th. All documents, communications referring or relating to attorney Blackburn, letter addressed to Bishop Thomas Dexter Jakes, dated November 15th, 2024. All documents and communications referring or relating to views of the October 28th. Dang. Pertaining to those views, though, they want to see how much y'all making. How many views did you get? How much harm did you cause? Okay. Documents sufficient to show ownership structure of Larry Reid Live, LLC. Documents sufficient to show all revenue derived from and or money collected by you in connection with what? Baby, Jake's name is on Larisha ass, baby. Oh, Larry, they on your ass, nigga. Ah. Okay, so that's the subpoena for him. Okay. Now let me show you the subpoena for Larry Reid Live. Okay, the one for his actual, company. I don't know why Jason didn't get the MBN network too. They should have hit that one too. Hit all of it. Hit everything. Okay, now this right here is Exhibit B. United States District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania, Thomas Dexter Jakes, Dwayne Youngblood. Subpoena to produce documents, information, or objects, or to permit inspection of premises in a civil action. Larry Reid Live, LLC. And I'm assuming that all of the same information that they requested from him, they also want from Larry Reid Live. Documents sufficient to show the ownership structure of Larry Reid Live, the registered agent of the entity, the mailing address for the entity, the physical address where the Larry Reid Live podcast published on YouTube is broadcasted. All documents, communication referring or related to Dwayne Youngblood on. Well, Larisha Reid is under intense pressure by Bishop T.D. Jakes. Okay. Larry T.D. Jakes ain't playing. He want to know how much money you're making, how many views, the ownership. They got to make sure that they going after the right people. I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to sue somebody. Show Liz, I'm doing it pro se though. Show Liz. I already got my paperwork. I already got my lawsuit done. He don't even know he finna get hit with it. He don't even know. Wayne Goldsboro, he don't even know he finna get hit with it. I told y'all, 2025, I'm going after people that lie on me. I'm telling you. especially with these extortion claims. This is extortion what these people is doing. Okay, me writing a story and you asking me to take it down, bitch, 2,500. That ain't extortion, bitch. That's a service fee, ho. Ain't no threat in that, bitch. You ain't got to pay it. You can go about your business, bitch. It's still gonna be up. Cause I could charge you or not, ho. At the end of the day, that's what it is, bitch. Tired of y'all hoes. I'm going out there. He don't even know, but best and believe. I'm telling you, I'm not playing. I'm telling you. In this season, I'm getting all my money. And see, what you got to do is you got to wait until they make enough money. So you can't be getting them when they drop it. You got to give months, in a couple of months, in a couple of years. So, they'll have, but Larry Reid, you paid all these people to talk about King Jives. And look, you getting sued. And Big Fat Jabba the Hutt, the one that think he a blood member but can't walk, he wanted to turn on you last night. He really did. He really wanted to turn on you. And so y'all know that big dude I had up here. He really wanted to turn on you last night. They said he really wanted to throw shade at you. He was throwing a little shade. They said he really wanted to turn on you, but he gonna stick in there. Okay. So we will be covering this story on Larry Reid. We will be on his head as far as releasing this information from the lawsuit. We will bring you an update on the 26th, a day after Christmas, when Dwayne Youngblood, filed his answer, because he's the only one that's right now named in the lawsuit officially. But Jake's them need to get this information from Larry so they can officially name him. So what they would do is they will amend the lawsuit, okay? Get permission from the judge to amend the lawsuit, to add more names or more information to it, or whatever, okay? So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you please send $1, all right? Send $1 tonight. Thank you so much. Make sure you share the live if you're on Facebook. Make sure you thumbs up the video on YouTube. Leave a comment on YouTube. And thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We will be live again tomorrow, okay? So make sure you be here. We will be live at 7 o'clock. All right, 7 o'clock.